Salvi and those amazing musicians. Thank you so much. She's going to come back. They're going to come back at the end. But I want to introduce my dear sister, my incredible friend, brilliant poet, Executive Director of Just Media, a media literacy initiative designed to support the groundwork of criminal justice leaders and community members. She's a poet, writer, curator, and organizer, and just an all-around awesome woman. She's going to be reading another testimony from RAWA by Zara. Please welcome Mahogany Brown.
Thanks. From Zara. I am Zara, born and raised in the beautiful city of Isfahan in Iran, and a student of genetics at Farivar University. As I was very interested in the study of medical sciences, and unfortunately it wasn't possible for Afghan refugees to study medicine in Iran, I came to Kabul to start medical university because I was very interested in this field. I started medicine at Khatam al-Nabin University. Due to financial problems, I had to work in a beauty clinic. I loved my job. I was studying. I was working. I was about to reach all of my dreams and to achieve success. Sadly, the situation changed in Afghanistan, and the faces I came across at this situation, alas, were faces that I may have thought only to see in horror movies or read in the saddest stories. Unluckily, now I face all of them with the shattering of my dreams. I live the days that I may never have thought to face. I was expecting to realize all my dreams in my own country, and I was about to do so. But regrettably, everything is devastated now. Thank you.
Now I want to introduce a wonderful, beautiful woman who's been doing incredible work helping evacuate people from Afghanistan. She is a humanitarian, author, founder of Women for Women International and Daughters for the Earth. And I'm just so happy that this organizing has brought us together. Please welcome Zainab Salvi.
Thank you, V. Thank you, everyone, for coming here. The last time I was in Afghanistan, I met Yakuba. And Yakuba was a widow who was widowed at the age of 16, a single mother, and had to work during the Taliban time, selling shoes and hats that she was making. And one day, the Taliban stopped seeing her in the street, and she was wearing a sandal. Her toes were showing. So they got off their truck, and they started whipping her. And she's telling me this story. They're whipping her, and they're all laughing at her as they're whipping this woman. And at one point, she raises her hand, and she holds the one who was whipping her, and she said, "Stop it." And I was shocked that this woman stopped the Taliban. She's like, "No." And he was so shocked at what happened. His colleagues, his commander, were so shocked at what happened that they all said, "A woman stopped you, okay, let's go." And they left. Now, I don't know where Yakuba is. I have been very involved in the evacuation of Afghan women, and it's a heartbreaking experience because you succeed in some and you fail in a lot. But I do know Yakuba will always raise her hand and will not let the fuckers hit her or rip her or anything like that. What we do need to do for her, there are lots of things that we need to do for all the Afghan women, but one thing we need to do is never to forget. Because it is easy to forget. We're going to go home and we're going to, in a month's time, we're going to go to our restaurants and go to our colleagues and friends and we will forget. And we have to create a ritual for each one of us that we can keep their voices alive. We have to, because they are gonna fight. And what they need from us is an echo. I hear you, I hear you. They need from us an echo. I am with you, I am with you, and I'm fighting however I can from this end. And that's what they need from us right now. Well, beside if you have anybody who can get visas for them and passports and money and all of these things, but that's what they need from us from the long term, because we are all part of the one. When one of us is harmed, all of us are harmed. When one of us is saved, all of us are saved. And we need to remember that. We need to remember that. I am not from Afghanistan, but I am from Iraq, a country that has been destroyed by this country. And I am so livid with pain and anger at, it's not only the destruction that this country led to, 35 million refugees as a result of the wars created by this country. 900,000 people killed in Afghanistan and Iraq as a result of wars that are led by this country. 300,000 of them at least are civilians as a result of war that is led by this country. And I was like, what are we doing? Why am I so much in pain? I live in this country. I appreciate also the liberty I have in this country. Why am I in so much pain? And here's what it is. It's like an utter disrespect for the human life. Unbelievable disrespect. If you are brown or black, it's even much worse. And if you're a Muslim, it's much worse. And the dehumanization of lives that are not in this country. And it's a betrayal. The betrayal is not only of those other lives, it's not only of Afghan women or Iraqi women or anybody else. It's a betrayal of the values of this country, of the moral ground of this country. It is lost. Lost, and it's upon each one of us to bring it back from our own core souls and hearts, because we need to make this century the feminine century, or else we are all at stake. Our humanity is at stake, our well-being is at stake, and our Afghan sisters are at stake. So I'm asking for a few things. One is, please create your ritual every month to do anything to keep the memories alive, because we will forget. B, I want the U.S. investigation. I want the U.S. government to be investigated. I want a report to look into its behaviors in the last 20 years that had led to so many destructions. And unless we have reflections and a thorough process of understanding what America did to the world, we will never learn. And we will never say never again. We have to learn from this moment. So I demand an investigation of American policy over the last 20 years. And anybody who has any financial transaction with the Taliban in any way, shape or form, money should not be released to them. It should be released to the women. We should have the power to the women, and food to the women, and employment for the women, directly to the women. No women, no money, no exchanges, no any interactions. There's nothing actually I want to say. I'm grateful to be in here. All what I want to say at the end is hold hands. If you can't hold hands, joint elbows. If you can't joint elbow, joint fist. We need to be together, above and beyond, because what is at stake is such a big thing, bigger thing than any one individual and any one organization and any one entity and any one religion. We are all part of the one. When one is harmed, we are all is harmed. When one is good, safe, we are all safe. Thank you so much.